We're just coming up. Just straight up, me and Keg. I don't care, Kegger. You have such a beautiful face. Why would I do anything else? What's going on, pal? Monday Night Football doubleheader tonight. We got the Vikings and the Bears, and then the Raiders and the Falcons. I know you're going to be digging in even more. I placed a few bets this afternoon while you were sleeping.
Did you?
Yeah, what's going on? I had to take a nap too. I was just wiped out.
Yeah.
Wiped out, pal. Never do that, but you slept a good.
I woke up an hour ago. Yeah, about an hour ago. Yep.
Good. Me too.
I'm not going to lie to you. It felt great.
Yeah, I feel refreshed after a little nap. And I usually don't do it.
I'm still in that hungover sleep mode because I literally just woke up, but in a couple hours, I'm gonna feel refreshed. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Monday Night Football tonight. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of energy. You know, I was DMing with Johnny Bravo today.
My guy.
Yeah, we're not gonna have the mic thing fixed up, but he gave us the bet last night, and I told him I love the bet. The bet's in, so we can give that one away maybe since we did it for free last night. Iowa was on a bet that I liked. Wonder what your thoughts are.
I haven't even talked to Adam yet.
Well, of course not. You've been sleeping. Why would you want to talk to Adam first thing in the day? You don't want to.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Who better than to talk to me? Well, probably about 18 to 47.
You are the first human that I'm talking to.
Well, hey, there's some other things I want to talk about after we break down Monday Night Football. So let me tell the people that is 4 more injuries for the Lions, and these are all pretty damn big injuries. Keg, myself, and Adam talked about the number 1 seed and the Eagles getting the number 1 seed. Talk about that bet. Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen statistically, and why Lamar should still be in the mix in the MVP race, even though he's not. And then we got the playoff races too. So let's get into this, pal. We got 2 games. We'll start with this 8 o'clock game, Eastern time, probably 8:05 kickoff, early kickoff. Last Monday Night Football doubleheader. The Bears visiting the Vikings. Now, if you remember the first game back in November, it was a 17-point fourth quarter by the Bears. They forced overtime, and then the Vikings got the win in that one. Well, tonight's total, 43.5, 44, depending on where you shop. It is a 7-point spread everywhere at the legal books in America. So, Bears, Vikings, Caleb Williams against, I guess, Jordan Addison, who's been going absolutely bananas. What do we got here tonight with the Bears and the Vikings, friend?
Yeah, I mean, at 7, I can only lean towards the Bears. My power ratings have this game Vikings -6. So I think that there's probably about a point of value on the Bears. My concern, though, is Flores is going to bring a ton of pressure. That offensive line is a gigantic liability for the Chicago Bears. And I think Caleb is going to be under some stress tonight. And he tends to, while he hasn't thrown an interception, that offensive line has been the main reason why he probably won't end up your rookie of the year. So I can only look towards the Bears. I don't feel great about it. But I would say my strongest lean in terms of side or total was, I think I like the over here. 44 feels a little low to me. Minnesota's been capable of hanging 28 to 30 on anybody this year. So I think that the total feels a little low. And while the best part of that Bears defense is the secondary, they've been exposed a few times this year. And the front 7, I'm not a fan of. And I think that Aaron Jones is going to eat. I think he's probably going to have the opportunity to eat. So I'm going to lean +7 with the Bears. I'm going to lean over the total, and I will dig into the props when we are done.
Yeah, we don't really bet Aaron Jones very often. So that's an interesting look. Listen, if you think that the Vikings are going to go out and hang 28 to 31, then we got to go look at Addison. Maybe Justin Jefferson gets – I don't even think he's been off track. I just think all the coverage is going to him, which gives Addison the chance to rack it up. And then you look at the Bears side, like they're going to need Odunze to show up. They're going to need Allen to show up. We know DJ Moore is going to be out there. Forget Cole Kmet. He's dead to us. You could put Somebody who could say max super whale bet 75,000 units. I'm not backing Cole Kmet to an over. I'll do an under. I'm not doing an over.
You know, if you look at, I like the Addison call. Like, I think he's somewhere around 55.5.
I think we can still, well, wow. Then that got steamed up big time because last night when Johnny said bet it, we got it at 52.5. And this like morning 55. Was 53.5.
You might be able to find it. I just checked FanDuel and DraftKings before we started.
What is it?
It was 55. If you judge him off what he's done the last 4 weeks, then you should bet the over. If you judge him on what he did the first half of the season, that feels aggressive. But I mean, clearly teams are double teaming JJ now. So, and that's leaving Addison. I mean, his last 3 games have been pretty good. I think he went over 100 twice.
Yep.
Let me check.
Yeah, I wrote up the synopsis for it. It's exactly what I put.
Yeah,
over 100 twice.
133 last week, 54 before, 162 the week before, and 61 the week before that. So, I mean, yeah, his number feels attainable. But everybody blows this Bears secondary, man. And while I think that they're better than average, you can't call them a top 10 secondary right now based on what we've seen this year. So, yeah,
the Vikings put up 30 on them.
What?
The Vikings put up 30 on these guys.
Right.
Less than a month ago.
To be fair, the Vikings have put up 30 on a lot of teams this year. But, I mean, you know.
Let me add one more thing on Addison, maybe 2 more things. He has out-targeted Jefferson over the last 4 weeks. Again, bracket coverage, they're all shifting to Jefferson. So at what point in time does defenses start saying, all right, we got to pay attention to Addison too? And
yeah,
if they start what do they do?
I think it's 35 targets for him over the last 4 weeks. That's a lot. That's a lot. A lot for your number 2. Yeah. So, yeah, I think he'll be in the mix tonight. He probably hit 60.
Yeah, let me go find this here. Last 4 games leads the Vikings in target share, 29%. 35 targets, like you said. Past 4 games, 23, 420, and 3 line. And listen, while the Bears aren't giving up a ton of catches to the wide receivers, they have the second most yards per pass allowed, right? Per attempt at 7.5. Second most yards per reception at 11.6. What does that tell you? They're giving up big plays. So, again, this is a game Darnold can really go nuts in. Now, if you want to drop your best bet in here, and Keg, if you got anything else to add, get that in a second. Like Fathead said, Hawkinson over 40. That's his bet tonight. Daniel, what is up? Always good to see you in the chat. Throw it in the chat. Best bet. Let's talk about that. And again, tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Game 1 of the doubleheader, Bears-Vikings. Game 2 will start 30 minutes later with the Raiders and the Falcons. So a little bit later night tonight, and I like that. But any final things to add? Because I found the Addison at 54.5 at BetMGM. That thing did get bet up, and it probably closes in some books at 58, 59.
Probably, yeah. I would say of all the player props in this game, that's probably the one that I like the most. But I think I like the other game tonight better in terms of the props market.
Yeah, we got 2 quarterbacks. Well, one's not good.
Do we know what's the deal with O'Connell?
I mean, again, he's like on life support, so very, very slim to none chance he plays tonight.
So it's probably Rattler then.
Ritter.
Oh, Desmond Ritter. Right.
Yeah,
I get him and Spencer Rattler.
You guys are busting my balls when I said it was a revenge game. it's like, who's this a revenge against, right? They should have given him away.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst picks you're going to see. So, all right. Again, the latest update was updates on Aiden O'Connell's knee. Chance he might play, but an extreme long shot. Okay. So here. Oh, Schefter came out with it. Ritter's going to start tonight.
He is.
Now, Ritter's expected to start for now. O'Connell is listed as questionable. He can work out in pregame. So, again, I go back to this. He's on life support as far as playing tonight. I'd go with Ritter. Like, just get ready. Just get ready. And the Raiders, they've lost 9 straight.
We were talking one final note about that game that we were just talking about.
Right.
we were talking about it last night on the show that Flores is probably going to get pressure on Caleb Williams. And Meyer just put Caleb over 22.5 rushing. That's basically what we were talking about last night on the show. I agree with that. I think that Caleb is probably going to have to run tonight. As a matter of fact, let's see what he did. 6 for 33.
I got the numbers right here.
Yes, he went 6 for 33 in that first game against Minnesota.
Yep.
I think that he's going to be running tonight. So I like that too. We were talking about that last night, and I agree. So
last 4 games, 23 rushes for Williams, 42.25 yards per game. Once we were talking about that last night, Adam said he liked it. I hit it.
Yeah. Well, I agree, man. When I brought up Flores and how much he loves to pressure the quarterback, I think that's probably a look.
Yeah, no question. All right, so that's game 1. Let's get to game 2. So again, we're expecting Ritter to start. We got Kirk Cousins, who's in the midst of an 0-8 touchdown interception ratio. Yeah, he's thrown 8 interceptions and no touchdowns, and the Falcons have lost all 4 games. So we got the Raiders on a 9-game losing streak. Falcons have lost, I believe, 4 straight at this point. So 2 really bad things going on. Now, Ritter played with the Falcons last year, 12 touchdowns, 12 picks. Then he got benched. Then they got rid of him. This is a keg game to me, and I put this in the synopsis when you write the game plan up, because we got Atlanta 31st in EPA against the pass.
Yep.
And I know what's happening here. I get it. It's Desmond Ritter, but you got that. Raiders just lost Max Crosby for the year. They are 24th in defensive DVOA, 30th in EPA against the pass. Are you kidding me? Like, this is a complete disaster defensively on both sides. The only thing is both quarterbacks like to turn it over. So break it down for us here, Keg. The line, it's kind of stayed consistent too, hasn't it? With the Falcons 6-point favorites, you can get a 5.5 at some shops and 44.5 total.
Yeah. So it's a tough spot. First of all, I don't think that Kirk Cousins is healthy. If you watch him throw the football and how he takes a step up in the pocket, he just does not look right. And he certainly is not getting the zip on the ball that he normally gets on the ball. Mm-hmm. So he looks not healthy to me. The problem is 70% Cousins has to be better than Desmond Ritter. Like I could probably I wouldn't bet it, but if you need a lean in this game, I would probably lean towards laying the 6 in this spot, even though I couldn't bet it. And I can't trust Desmond Ritter enough to want to bet the over in this game. So I have to lean under, slight lean to the under here. But my favorite, I'm not going to give it out because I'm going to give it to the people that pay for it. Ooh. But I love a couple first quarter alternative yard props in this game. Love them. It's a market that we're trying to figure out if we have an edge on it. So far, we clearly do, but I want a bigger sample size going into next year. I will be on a couple first quarter alternative player props tonight. And one of them I really like, and I think we have a great shot to smash. But who am I looking at in this game? The normal guys, Bijan, London, maybe a little Mooney, Brock. Like I would be looking towards the people that we're normally looking towards in this game. Probably not Kyle Pitts, although I have to see what the Raiders have done against tight ends this year.
Okay.
But he's been very MIA. Like
he's
hit or miss, man. He shows up or he won't get a target. So but yeah, that's basically where I'm at. I guess I would lean Atlanta -6, slight lean to the under. And I am going to be invested in the props market in this game.
I will say this, the tight ends have torn up the Raiders. But again, we're talking about Kyle Pitts. Otten 3 for 70. Big catch there. Kelsey and Gray torched them. 4 for 58 for Gray, 7 for 68 from Kelsey. Excuse me. Broncos did nothing. They really don't have a tight end. Jonnu Smith went for 101. Gesicki went for 100. They're awful.
I'll tell you the only thing I like about I think the only positive for Desmond Ridder in this game, where I think that he will be able to run maybe a competent offense, is Atlanta's pressure rate is terrible. They just don't pressure the quarterback anywhere near the league average. And if that's the case, and this kid actually has time to throw the football, maybe he can make a little noise. Also, Sincere McCormick, he's won the spot. Antonio Pierce says he's going to get starting running back work. If that's the case, what we've seen from this kid so far, he looks great. And that number probably isn't high enough if the Raiders could stay in this game. So I don't hate that look either.
Interesting. Okay. Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, him and Bowers. It's such a passing funnel. They really only go to two guys. It's Myers or it's Bowers.
Second most bet prop tonight is Mayer, the backup tight end, because he had 7 catches in the first game. Or in the last game when Ridder came in.
Oh, because it was the only sample size with Ridder on the team.
Correct. Well, here's the deal though. First quarter, let's say Mayer gets a couple catches, then we gotta look at him, right?
People just overreact to that, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A game could go a million different ways. It's all dependent on the defense that's being played. Like, he could legitimately not get a target tonight.
Agree.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just you never know. Like, people are going to back him, and if he goes off tonight, they're going to be like, "How could you have not been on him? You saw what he did last week." That's not how the NFL works, man. Like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we might not end up on him if he's going to him. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, just because that happened last week, it doesn't mean anything until you have a big sample size, and we're not going to have that after tonight. So just be careful if you're smashing the button on that guy tonight.
Do you follow the Coach Speak Index on Twitter? All right.
I don't.
Okay. Antonio Pierce has 80% reliability. So they kind of go through and see if a coach is telling the truth or lying. So he's very reliable with what he says. And he did say McCormick deserved it. Last week he was running his tail off. We'll see him if we can get him to 100.
Yeah, I like the kid a lot. I mean, he looks like a stud. So I'm probably going to be on him in some type of way tonight. I'm sure Meyer is too.
We have a lot of bets. I
haven't made a bet yet. Did you? How many bets did you make already?
No, we are as a team.
We might have a lot of bets.
I think I got 3. So I got the Addison, I got the Williams. Oh, the other bet is a completely different future. So don't worry about it. Addison and Williams are my 2 bets. But Caleb went up 1 yard from 22.5 to 23.5, and basically 24.5 around the industry. So you're paying for a couple extra yards. But again, I think when you go and you look at what the Vikings do defensively, they run zone. Yeah, I think
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. So and Bowers is coming off a tough game, but
give me. I'm with Meyer. Give me the discount on Bowers before I'm backing somebody else on that team. If it's not going to be Jacoby Myers, you know what I mean?
Well, I think Jacoby Myers is the man, but like, if Ridder wants to have any success, he has to go to Bowers.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
And he's 60.5 at FanDuel, 62.5 around the rest of the business. He has come down from 64.5 over to 60.5 though the last 4 days.
Which is why I guess it's the quarterback change, right?
Yep.
What else could it be?
It's
certainly not the production from that kid. I'll tell you that.
Whoa, he was actually 67.5 2 days ago on MGM. So every book he's come down 5 yards since they've announced the quarterback change.
Well, now I think that at some point you're going to see a little buyback before kickoff. So you're probably going to get down on that relatively soon. I'm talking to the people. If you're going to bet Bowers, you're going to want to do that soon, because there's always inevitable buyback an hour or 2 before kick.
So make sure, if you're a subscriber, have your notifications on, because that's what we do here at Nuke the House. Keg puts a bet in, you get the bet right to your phone. So you don't have to watch 4.5 hours of football with us tonight for the live show, although you should. You don't have to sit here and check the website a million times to see if anybody posted plays. You're in our Discord. You sign up. You get real-time in-game betting notifications to your phone and all our pre-flop plays right to your phone. So nukethehouse.com, $59.99 a month. And then if you want to try it out for a week, Nuke the Holidays. Nuke the Holidays is the code.
And here's what I'll say. Like the last couple weeks, I've been disappointed with my my pregame NFL action. This past weekend was a little better, but over the last 8 weeks, I don't think there's anybody in the NFL in-game market that's betting it like we do is as locked in as we are right now, like in the industry. I don't think there's a soul that's as locked in as we are right now in the in-game market. We have absolutely nuked. So I just got to get my pregame action slightly better. But I'm very happy with what we've done this year in the in-game market.
Yeah, and I think tonight, we're just after what we've seen lately, I'll up the unit size. You know, sometimes I'll go half unit because I get a little afraid. You're giving us crazy numbers, and then it hits. So I'm up in the end games. That's it for these alts. All right, Iowa. Thanks for giving away all our picks here in the chat, buddy. Way to go.
Meyer.
Not the smartest guy in the world.
It's I don't know if you know this, but he's from the state of Iowa. So
there's a few smart people in Iowa. I lived there for a year now. You know? Felt like 10 years. He's obviously not one of them. Myers.
Love you,
what
Meyer.
A mess. What a disaster. Anyways, tonight, 8:05 is kickoff at a first game, Chicago, Minnesota. So we'll have that. Raiders, Falcons, 30 minutes afterwards. And we're going to have a big, we're going to have like the Brady bunch. You know, they had 6,000 pictures up there. So we got you and Meyer, because I'm not going to be there till just after kickoff of the second game.
Oh,
you
right.
And Meyer,
the, swim meet or something, right? Swim practice.
You and Meyer, Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, buddy. Jaeger?
Oh, I'll be there.
I have to.
And the only reason I'm in here that I'm coming back is because someone's got to read the promos because you guys are too stupid.
It definitely won't be us. I'll tell you that.
And I got to tell everybody what they're betting. So it's like, all right, let's bet them for over 59.5, 69.5, 79. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, guys, this is the person we're betting. So I do have a little bit. No, we're not sending you a link,
Stenberg.
All right, we got a lot more to do, so let's get to it.
All right, let's go.
David Montgomery, MCL, could be done for the year, right?
Yep.
Then we got Alan McNeil, the defensive tackle, Carlton Davis, fractured jaw, cornerback out. Khalil Dorsey, cornerback out. They lost 2 corners, a defensive tackle, and David Montgomery. So good luck with that. First of all, your thoughts.
How many people are they down now? Like 37. Starters, it's unbelievable. Yet they're 11-2, right? 11-2 team. I mean, God bless them. Hey, here's the thing. I'll never root for anybody to be injured. And David Montgomery paid us out very nicely yesterday and very nicely all year. But I'm not going to lie. I want to see Gibbs get first running back on the depth chart carries, and I want to see what he can do when he's the main guy. Like I've been wanting this for a year. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this kid could do if they're going to give him 18 carries, 20 carries. Now, I know you and I were talking before the show, and everybody's like, it's not going to be like that. Craig Reynolds is going to be involved. Yes. Will he be involved to a certain extent? Maybe he gets 4 carries a game. Yeah, maybe. But it's a big drop off from Craig Reynolds to Montgomery. So I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to nuke. I can't wait to be on this guy now that Montgomery is down.
Yeah, well, the chat wasn't happy with me. They're like, no way Gibbs is going to be a bell cow.
What do you think they hang his number at? 85?
I was thinking upper 70s.
Well, you got to think Montgomery's normally like 55 and Gibbs is like 65.
Yeah. So last 4 games, Gibbs 54% of snaps. That's got to get jacked up to the upper 60s. It has to be.
More,
like
I
they
would
have
think
no
even
choice.
more.
Yeah. So again, and then the other thing was the Lions. So signed us. He's a guy that's in our chat all the time.
He's probably one. He's
Knows
one of the
his
smartest guys in the Discord.
Knows
doubt.
his shit. Annoying, but knows his shit. Okay. Right? Would you agree?
I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't get that Tajay Spears 2 touchdown number, so he's on my shit list.
Okay.
But he's still my guy.
Did he really have that?
He had it, and he gave it to Yeague and Meyer, and I'm the
asshole.
I'm the asshole on the outside looking in.
You're on the shit list. You're on the shit list line.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's like, what are all these guys worth to the line? I'm like, at least a point, maybe more. 2 starters on defense, 3 total. David Montgomery's not going to move the line. You don't think all these guys are worth a point combined?
Well, it gets when it's one group, like if there are multiple starters out in one group, let's say 2 guys in the secondary go down in the same game.
They did.
Cluster injuries, it compounds the effect. So ordinarily, maybe, I don't know, like let's say a Surtain goes down, right? He's worth a half point to the line. And there are not many cornerbacks that are. But if Surtain and another starting cornerback go down on Denver, that's worth probably a point and a half to the line.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And David Montgomery's probably worth a half point to the line, I would say.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So
he's probably worth a half point.
Over a point.
And now you can make the case that there might not be any drop off because Gibbs is going to get a ton of run. In some circumstances, maybe that negates the half point. But yeah, the cornerbacks you have to take for the amount of defensive starters that are not on this team, that is worth at least a point to the line, at least, maybe
take
more.
That sign.
Yeah. I 100%.
Okay. Hit the like button. Just do it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nuke the House. You're watching on X. Come on over to YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. That way you'll know that we're on exactly when we're on during Monday Night Football tonight, which is probably going to be 8 o'clock. And then 8:30 is the next one. But here's the bet we were talking about last night, you and me. I did hit the Eagles at plus 170 to win the NFC. Now, the number one seed. The number one seed.
Okay.
Number one seed.
Okay.
Number one seed in the NFC.
That's
not
better.
To win the whole conference. Lions hold the tiebreaker, but they got the Bears on the road, Niners on the road, Minnesota on the road. So it's not like it's a murderer's row. Minnesota's pretty good, but they're just too depleted at this point. They hung with the Bills for the most part, but at some point in time, it's got to catch up with them. Philly at Washington. Let's face it, Washington, a little bit overrated. Okay. They should have stopped that game yesterday. We should have cashed. The referee completely blew it. The final play.
So bad that we didn't cover.
Quit. That rookie ref needs to quit. And then they got Philly's got at Washington, at home against Dallas and the Giants. So Minnesota, if they run the table, they get the number one seed. If the Lions fall, right?
Right.
This is
so basically Philly needs to run the table, and both Minnesota and Detroit need to lose one of the final 3.
Correct. Now we've been waiting for the Vikings to be frauds. It has not happened yet, but they have tonight's game. Then they got at Seattle, which not looking great because Geno's probably out, and then Packers, the final game of the season.
I mean, I think that we could safely say now that the Minnesota Vikings, they're not frauds.
They're not.
They are a good football team. O'Connell has Sam Darnold in a place where he is good enough, but I have my doubts about Sam Darnold under pressure in the playoffs. So I think that's where we're going to be looking to fade Minnesota. But yeah, realistically, they could win out this year. They
Mhm.
could, because they have been very, very good all year. So, but at plus 160, when you look at the schedule of those three teams, I don't hate taking the shot that the Eagles are the number 1 seed going in. I don't hate that.
Plus 170. I'll take a shot.
Yeah, I
Eagles
don't
have
hate
won 10 in a row. Vikings have won 6 in a row.
I think you could pencil the Eagles in to go for winning those last 3 games. The question is Minnesota and Detroit going to drop one of the final 3? I feel good that Minnesota does, because don't they play Detroit?
Well, hold on. I just gave the schedule. No, it's the Packers. The Packers is their big game for Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they don't play Detroit. Yeah, I mean, they could lose that Packers game for sure. I would say that the Lions deserve to be the favorite.
The Lions get the Vikings at home?
That's what I thought.
Let me go look back at the schedule again. I just talked about the schedule. No, they got the Bears, they got the Seahawks, and they got the Packers.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, they could lose. They technically could lose all 3 if we're being fair. I mean, I think the Bears on their best day could beat Minnesota. Seattle on their best day could beat Minnesota, and the Packers.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Yahoo is wrong. Vikings, Lions. Why do they have the Packers on Yahoo? I don't get this.
All right.
Hold on. Right. I'm going to their website right now. I'm going to their website.
Are you giving me bad info, Holden?
It's not the first or last time. Bears, Niners, Vikings. Not the Packers.
Bears.
Fuck you, Yahoo.
Bears, Niners,
Vikings.
Okay, so wait. So Detroit has to play Minnesota.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So one of them gets an automatic L. So
Correct.
then you need one of those teams to just drop one game and Philly to run the table at plus 170. I like the shot. I think it's worth it. Yeah.
Yes.
I like it.
Yahoo's gone to shit. That's all I'll say.
Hate to see it. Hate to see it.
Correct, Iowa. Holden is a dumbass.
What do the Jets fans do when the playoffs start? Do you guys just watch soccer? My guy.
What?
Come on, man. I'm a sports bettor. I think I care about the Jets. I don't care if they go 0-16.
College football playoffs. You're not going to bet the NBA, but we got the NBA show tomorrow night. NBA Cup Championship. Watch out, folks. We got a ton of good college basketball. Me and Fox have really good basketball games tomorrow night. Auburn is in action. We got UNC, Florida. That'll be a good one. Duke's in action. Clemson, Michigan State. There's a lot of good college basketball. And then maybe a little NHL too. So we got that. Remember when you bet them to go 0-16, Keg?
I do. I bet them to go 0-16, and they fucked me on I think the last week of the year.
The Jets?
It was brutal.
How long ago was that?
It was like I think I got them at 18-1, somewhere around there, for them to go 0-16. And I think they were 0-14, I want to say. They might have been 0-14, and then they won one of the last 2 games. It was brutal. It was brutal. But
you talking about tonight, Hooper the Elf? We're not really big fantasy guys here, but we bet the prop, so we kind of get it. We kind of get it.
Yeah, it was the Lawrence draft. Yeah, we wanted him. Yeah.
Was that 5-6 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you think is a sneaky wideout for fantasy? That's a Holden question.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, are you talking this game? Are you talking next week? What are you talking about? That's all I'll say. If you want to try Mayer, go for it. Tonight with the Falcons, I don't think we're going to have any. Maybe Ray Ray got involved a little bit, didn't he? Keg? A little Ray action?
Yeah. Ray
would be a little deep sleep
involved for sure.
Yeah. You could throw some Ray out there. Hope that he breaks a big one. Bears, a Dunze probably, and then the Vikings. I just don't know who the guy is that's going to surprise him.
Doesn't Algier feel like he's been MIA lately?
He has been MIA.
Yeah,
not doing anything.
I mean, he was paying us out earlier in the year, but he just feels like he really hasn't done anything lately.
Yeah. And Mooney's been a little bit, I think that's Maddie in the chat. Mooney's been a little quiet. Mooney's been a little bit, but Cousins has just been garbage. So again, if you want to sign up, $59.99 a month, you can check us out at nukethehouse.com and get 1 week free with the code NukeTheHolidays. So what we do here is we live bet better than anybody in the world. We do live shows, but if you don't want to watch the live show, you can just sit at home. Your phone's going to get a notification. Keg's going to put the bet, the book, the number, and you bet it. Very simple. Very simple. Yeah. What did Mooney do before he exploded last week? Please tell me.
I could tell you that.
Not much.
He went 3 for 20, 2 for 27. The 2 weeks before that. But then he went 5 for 96, 5 for 88, 4 for 86, 5 for 50, 3 for 40,
He's
9
a good
for
receiver.
105. Yeah. Last week he went 6 for 142.
Yeah.
Woo-wee. That would have paid us out.
You want some Mooney?
Maybe. I got to dig in after we're done.
Okay. We got to get out of here soon. Okay. So the next thing I want to get to, MVP race, basically over. I mean, minus 900 for Allen, but I just want to throw some Lamar out. Okay. Now, Allen obviously has a better record, 11-3. Lamar is 9-5. Lamar has more passing yards. He's got about 250 more rushing yards. They both have the same amount of total touchdowns at 37. They both have the same amount of interceptions, 5. The difference is Lamar has fumbled 8 times. He's lost 4. So 4 more turnovers for Lamar. I don't know if people are looking at that. Allen's going to win this thing, but for those of you that had Lamar futures, it's not bad. It's not a bad bet. And I don't even know, if Saquon has one more hiccup and Lamar keeps going ape shit because what his mom said, whatever it was, then he's up there. But Lamar at least deserves some credit. 1, because he has had an amazing season. 2, because he paid us out big time yesterday.
Here's the problem. I think right now you're throwing good money after bad money after good, or however that goes. Yeah, don't bet it, because the one thing, like if Josh Allen is not on that team, right? That club wins 4 games. Like Derrick Henry for the first 9 weeks of the year was the overwhelming favorite to be the offensive player of the year. That you cannot tell me that Lamar Jackson is as important to the Ravens as Josh Allen is to Buffalo. It is not even close. And for that reason, I don't think that there is a prayer that he will lose that to Lamar Jackson this year. I think Saquon is probably the only guy, should he somehow break that record in the last 3 weeks, that you can even remotely give a chance. Outside of that, Allen is a lock.
It's over.
It's over. Yeah.
It's over. But you and I were also talking about this, that, Saquon was going to have a hard time against the Steelers no matter what.
Yeah.
So you would expect him to bounce back. Question is, does he he's probably plays in the final week of the season too with home field on the line. So he's going for the next 3. Saquon should still be the favorite. He should still be the favorite. Oh, I got a little breaking news here.
You think Saquon should be the favorite over Josh Allen right now?
No, for offensive player of the year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm with you.
I'm not going to come on. I've said some dumb things. That would be the top.
Yeah, he should be the offensive player of the year. Yeah.
Damn, dude. Michael Vick is going to Sacramento State
to coach.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's ESPN's official thing. Wow, and they're moving up to FBS, new stadium. That's crazy.
I hope their mascot isn't a bulldog.
It should be a pit bull. That'd be so awesome.
That would be bad.
And then the pit bull actually comes out and like mauls his leg.
Would be unfortunate.
I don't want him to die. Just a little mauling.
Honestly, if you torture dogs, you could die. I have no problem with you dying.
I have no problem either. But whatever. Humor me. What if the Lions went out and Goff nuked the last 3 games? Any chance? Allen would have to lose 2 of the 3 games and just be awful. Horrible. And then Goff would have to go crazy.
I don't think Goff could get there. Not anymore.
No. Lamar Offensive Player of the Year, 25-1.
Yeah, maybe you could make a case for that at 25-1. Like there's a little bit of value on that. Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
A consolation prize is what they'd give to Lamar?
I mean, I could see it. I could see it.
Okay, last thing for you. All right. Thursday night. Oh, no. Yeah, well, screw Thursday Night Football. I'll figure it out. Kansas City has 2 games in the next 10 days. Okay. Texans Saturday, Pittsburgh on Christmas. This is confirmed. This is not from Yahoo.
Okay.
The Texans, whoa, this just moved from 2.5 down to 2. The Texans are 2.5 point favorites on the road in Kansas City. What does that tell you? A mild high ankle sprain from Mahomes. When have we seen Mahomes sit?
Well, I could tell you that line tells me that they don't think that Mahomes is going to play.
Uh-huh.
Now, he might play, but I mean, I would have KC with Mahomes playing. I would probably have KC minus 4.5 at home. And you're saying that they're a 2-point dog at home?
2.5. It was 3.
Yeah, that means that the books say he's not playing, and they probably know better than me. So,
how do you count him out though? He refuses to sit.
Yeah, every time over the last couple of years where you think, oh, there's no chance he plays next week, he always plays next week. It always happens.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. It wouldn't shock me if he was out there.
Now they do have a 2-game lead over Buffalo for home field advantage. So if he did sit, and they've got those 2 games in 10 days.
Right.
I'm interested. But yes, that tells you that they think Mahomes is out.
Yeah.
Vegas
yeah.
does.
Definitely.
So, okay. And that would be it. That's the show, my friends. We get a lot done. Ton done. Want to remind you, Monday Night Football, 6 o'clock tonight's my time. So 8 o'clock Eastern, 8:30 is the second game. Vikings Bears first, then Falcons Raiders after that. We got Iowa, we got Yeg, we got Johnny. I'll come in there, do my thing. We'll have a good time tonight. And after that, I mean, it's free shows, but after that, you got to sign up if you want the live bets. Crushing it. How many units were we up during the afternoon yesterday? Last night we were up a couple of units. I went back. I broke even somehow last night. I thought I made money, but I didn't. Because I made a stupid bet. Yeah, I made a stupid bet.
I made 13 units on the day total.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't bad. I think I made like
7.5.
About 2.5 last night.
Yeah.
I have to log the plays after we're done. I didn't log them yet, so I'm not totally sure I made 2.5, but I think I did.
I never seen Baytown Jason in here. I'd go London against the Raiders. I love Addison.
And I am on PPR. Addison.
We're on Addison, or I'm on Addison. So,
what's PPR?
Points per reception. So every time you catch a pass, you get a point.
Oh, that's PPR. Fantasy?
That's fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fantasy.
Yeah.
So that's that. Again, you're going to get the notifications right to your phone. 8 o'clock Eastern time's the show tonight. $59.99 a month. You want to try us out for a week? Nuke the Holidays is the code. NukeTheHouse.com. Going for Nuke the Holidays. And that's it. Riggs is saying Lamar has better stats than Allen. He's got 4 more turnovers.
Yeah, I mean that definitely might be true, Riggs, but he's just not as important to that team as Buffalo.
And again, he's got 4 more turnovers, and his team is 2 games behind the Bills right now.
I mean, like Josh Allen hands the ball off to James Cook, not the best running back, outside of McCaffrey over the last decade.
We had a long discussion about that, Riggs. Long discussion in the show. Okay. Oh, shut up, Clyde. Just shut up. Come on.
Oh, come on, man.
Lamar won 2 MVPs.
Come on. Yeah, doesn't he have?
I'm not even putting that up here.
Isn't he the one that has all the MVPs?
Newshouse.com that's it. Hey, have your notifications on, subscribers. Keg will be throwing out the bets before 8:00. We'll have them. So I'll be at swim practice. I got to figure out a way. Yeah, I'll put the buzz on. When you get that, I'll turn around. I'll place a bet. We'll go back. We'll go watch practice. It'll be great.
Let's go.
Woo! I'm excited. Good show today, Kegger. We got 2 games tonight. Go win some money. Let's snoop the house.